As an interior designer, my trips to China are always a great source of inspiration. This is a country with 5,000 years of history and a future that is full of energy and optimism. Perhaps nowhere in China celebrates the past but welcomes the future as much as Beijing, the political and cultural capital of China.
Local currency is known as the RMB or yuan. The best place to exchange your money is at the airport or at your hotel. And you'll definitely need some cash. Don't expect your credit cards to take you through a full day of shopping at the markets. One of the worst things that can happen to you when you're traveling is that you get sore feet. So make sure that you pack some comfortable walking shoes. You will do a lot of walking here. Mind you, if your feet get sore or you want to give them a break for a little while, jump on a rickshaw and enjoy a traditional mode of transportation. With my background in architecture and interior design, I couldn't resist the opportunity to visit a hutong. A hutong is a traditional Chinese home, or actually it's a group of homes, it's a real neighborhood. All the homes are built around a communal courtyard. Wow, this is a good way to get to know your neighbors. A chop or a stamp is a must-buy when you come to China. These things are great. Your only problem will be deciding how many you're going to bring home. I have several. I have one with a company logo on it, and I have one with my name in Chinese, and I have one with my name in English. You get to put whatever you want on the bottom. The craftsman will actually carve it right in front of you. It generally takes about 5 to 15 minutes, depending on how complicated your design is. Then you buy the ink, and now you have your own personal stamp.
For well over 2,000 years, the Great Wall has stood as an evolving and growing testament to China and her people. The wall flows like a sinuous ribbon of stone across the hills and valleys on the southern edge of the Mongolian plain. It stretched about 2,500 miles from Central Asia to the East China Sea, and may have at one time actually covered almost 4,000 miles. The Great Wall is bold, audacious, and truly awe-inspiring. For an interior designer who has been involved in many construction projects, the Great Wall is just breathtaking. To this day, it is still the largest structure ever made by man. Walking the battlements and the long abandoned watchtowers, the ghosts of medieval China seem close at hand. This portion of the wall was constructed during the Ming period from 1388 to 1644, when the modern wall really took shape. And it's a great reminder of how much people can accomplish if they set their mind to it. And for me, that's what this visit to China is all about. I want to be inspired by looking back on great cultural periods in Chinese history and to get excited about what is yet to come. After all, I think China's best days are still ahead, and that's very motivating. China had 24 dynasties and about 400 emperors. Some were minor footnotes in history, while others had a major impact. The Ming dynasty, which featured 13 emperors, was a seminal period in Chinese development, and there's no better way to understand the importance of an emperor's life than to look at how they were treated when they died. So the Ming Tombs are a fascinating trip. The site was chosen by the third Ming Dynasty emperor, who also was responsible for moving the capital from Nanjing to Beijing. He chose this site in accordance with the principles of Feng Shui to ensure an auspicious afterlife. Even back then, they had great design features in China. As the sun falls into night, the ancient world gives way to a modern one, and I emerge from the realm of emperors to the land of neon, from the Great Wall and ancient tombs to the city of the future. Beijing is no longer a city carved of wood and oven-baked clay, but is now a metropolis of neon splashes and chrome glints. But no matter how much Beijing has grown, it is still a city where pedestrians are rewarded with unique neighborhoods and a robust nightlife. It is a city of people, not places, where a walk is still an integral part of feeling connected to the city's charm. And so here, amidst the evening crush, nighttime shopkeepers and their nocturnal customers haggle and engage in a delicate dance that is urban living. Today, Beijing is a huge and ever-growing city, but it is still friendly and livable, and all the things a capital city should be. But tonight, the people around me aren't worrying about Beijing's place in China. No, they just want to spend their night browsing the market and sampling the dizzying array of stalls along Beijing's food street. In China, food is something to be sampled, to be enjoyed, to immerse oneself in. The food here runs the gamut from the exotic to the esoteric, the succulent to the, well, sort of scary. It can be delicate and delicious, or admittedly, something that clearly isn't to my taste. But you know my philosophy. Why not try everything and anything, and then let the taste buds decide? Apparently, lots of other locals and tourists share this belief. Food, you see, is a universal pleasure, so why not enjoy, even if I'm not always sure what they're actually serving? At this point, I should mention how clean and hygienic everything is. The stall owners are fastidious and give a lot of five-star restaurants a run for their money when it comes to cleanliness. And that's obviously important for me, for as we travel around the world, the last thing I want is to get sick. So I always pay close attention to how food is prepared. Here it is magnificent. I can totally see why people want to try the crickets. Well, okay, maybe not so much that, but other things, definitely. I love browsing the stalls, imbibing in the taste and drinking in the aroma of dishes that represent the far corners of China. And so, this means a lot of different styles of food. Some intricately prepared, others beautifully presented. There are so many dishes here that are just straight comfort food, the Epicurean equivalent of an old pair of jeans. China is a vast country, the third largest in the world, and so that means it produces many regional dishes and local specialties. And according to my producer, that means good eating. And so as my day comes to an end, I can't help but thinking how much I appreciate Beijing's great offerings from the past and present. I'm Cheryll Gillepsie. Join me again for another great shopping adventure.